Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Tuesday. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tab in. I was about to say happy Wednesday, honey. Listen, the struggle is real. Trying to keep up with days of the week. Oh my goodness. So guys, I want to talk to you guys in regards to the recording I made yesterday. How was it titled? I think I said something to the effect of I've never seen these folks escape God's wrath or something like that. Listen, I had no idea. I had no idea. I was making that for someone. I had no idea that so many of you guys were going through the same thing until I read your email. It's crazy how the majority of the emails are very similar in nature, and you guys don't even know each other. So I want to elaborate on that. I want to elaborate on the fall of the narcissist, the fall of the evil ones, and how this shift is affecting you, why you're being. I'm going to get real deep right there, right? Really quickly, I had about, I don't know, 6 brothers who emailed me in regards to when did I get married? When did I get married, right? Who is this man in the video with a scratched out face? Um, and they're referring to a video where a gentleman was asking me if I was married or something, and I said, yes, I'm married. Do you not see the ring on my finger? That was some old skit. I don't even know where that came from. It was some old random thing that just popped up in our heads to do that little quick skit. It started off as a joke, honestly, between he and I. But I don't, child, I'm not married. That's public knowledge for anybody. I'm not married. But listen, please understand that dating is dating, right? Dating is dating. You can be dating one person or you can be dating several people. Oh, we got choices. Point blank periods. Play with it. Play with it. You will play with it. Replacement is tomorrow. Point blank periods. But overall, guys, if you're not married, you're technically single. But no, I promise you guys, that was just a skit. Oh, as far as scratching out faces, listen, there's several reasons for that. But ultimately, I'll just say this. If it's anything that's like that, it wouldn't even be on my social media. It wouldn't even be on social media. Trust me when I tell you, it will not touch social media. I'm too protected and too guarded for that. Let's talk really quickly about these evil, heartless, cruel, red eye folks. Okay, guys. I'm going to have to hit this from a couple of different angles, as always. Okay. The reason why some of you guys are going through what you're going through is because that person was sent to you, meaning sent from the enemy, sent from the demonic realm to afflict some kind of pain on you in hopes to clip you up. This is why some of you, as I respond to your emails, two of my good sis, you gotta get back up. You gotta get back up. Don't get it twisted. Take your time, grieve, process. But the whole objective for the enemy was to send this particular persons or persons to afflict you and hurt you where you fall to the point of no return. You got to get back up. It's a must. There is grace for you to get back up. You just got to take the first step. We're in a shift. It's a spiritual shift. It's good versus evil. It's good versus evil. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. There's a spiritual shift going on. So the enemy knows that the chosen ones are moving up, moving up this ladder of the shift where we're on our way to our promised lands and our promises and destiny seasons and due seasons and et cetera, et cetera. So he got to clip you up. He got to clip you up. So he uses a person, a place, or a thing. But we're speaking to my people right now. Okay, so that's one perspective. He sent them to clip you up. Next, on the flip side, God allowed this person, excuse me, now, Satan, I'm going to tell you now, because today ain't the day. Today ain't the day, because my power is amplified this morning. Try me not. Try me not. I had to hit record about 5 times. I'm not hitting record again. Period. On the flip side, God allowed this person to come into your life. Allowed, not sent. The enemy sent them. God allowed them to. Why would God allow them to if we're supposed to be shifting? right? Because you're the chosen one. He needed them to afflict you. That's what he was waiting on. Touch my, oh my goodness. Touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. Thank you, Lord. He needed them to touch you. That's what he was waiting on. Think about it. You know these people's history. You're not the first one, but you will be the last one. Look at their track record. Look at all the people they've hurt, harmed, cheated, lied, scammed, and look at the track record. Why were they able to get so far? Looking as they're constantly coming up versus taking a fall, because they never touched a chosen one. They never touched a chosen one. You were literally handpicked. You answered the call. You answered. For those who feel like, well, who's chosen? I'm not chosen. You're not chosen. How do I know I'm not chosen? Why are you chosen? You answered the call. You can be chosen, but did you answer the call? Did you go through the extensive transformation? Did you answer your call? Not you guys. I'm speaking. You definitely answered your call, right? Speaking about people who try to like make it seem like what the chosen one. Why am I not chosen? Hey, listen, did you answer your call? That's between you and God, right? We answered. We're in alignment. We might slip, but we're in alignment. So God allowed them during this time to play with a chosen vessel. Listen, here's where you have to be mindful, careful, and intentional about. When the affliction happens, right? Remember, we're human. We're chosen, right? So we're spiritually sensitive. We're extra emotional, extra sensitive, things like that. So when the affliction happens, you may have a moment where you get fully in your flesh, right? Not everybody. Some people are very, very disciplined, or even more spiritually mature than others, right? You may have a moment where you get fully in your flesh. You're going to see red. You're going to see rage. Then that fleshly side of you, which see, this is what, ride with me right here. That fleshly side of you is going to trick you. That fleshly side of you is going to have you get back. Put your hands in it, right? And don't get twisted. Be angry, but sin not. The enemy is going to try to get you to sin while you're in this rage. But God will continuously convict you very firmly and say, take your hands off of it. Take your hands off of it. He will convict you very firmly. Now, if your rage is on 10, you may even struggle with your convictions. But don't worry. What's the Bible? Guys, help me out. Y'all know your girls struggle with these scriptures. What's the Bible verse in regards to God leaves an escape for temptation or something? God. God will give you a way of escape the temptation. It's like the temptation, because of the rage, will be so powerful that even though God is convicting you, it's almost like you wanna battle with God, and you don't want to do that. Trust me. The reason why the enemy is going to trap you right here, right? Again, be angry, sin not. Sin not. If you mess around in sin, now you're contaminated. Now your hands are in it. Your hands are dirty. You're out of alignment. You're going to have to feel some of that wrath because you know better. You've been in this thing too long to see how God works. What person have ever gotten over on you and escape? Think about it. Think about it. Look at your life. Compare. If you move, please, sir. Child, the enemy is. Oh, honey, he's messing with my throat. He's throwing the dog at me. Honey, I'm getting your scriptures mixed up. I'm going to power through. Look at your life compared to the people's life who've harmed you in the past. God don't play about you. So the enemy is going to try to get you caught up right there. The reason why God is going to convict you so hard during this time. And again, it's going to be a fight. Let's keep it real. Not for everybody, because some people are, it's going to be a fight. You'll have your hand on the phone trying to do something or say something, and boom, conviction. You'll be sitting here thinking and plotting just like their evil self. Boom, conviction. Oh my God. Here's why God needs you to be angry, but get back in alignment. Be angry, sin not, but get back in alignment. Once that flood of emotions go, and you take your hands up off of it, and you finally get to the place like, you know what, Lord? Okay. Okay. You're right. You're right. Because what can I do? When you fight our battles, there's no comparison. We go and fight and do something petty, and we get a petty result. It's not the impact that is going to happen when God do it. So God is like, okay, if you want to do it, go do it. Go do it. I see you, boo. Go do what you do. But don't expect for me to fight your battles. The reason why God needs you back in full alignment after your flood of emotions is for you can hear clearly what he needs. Meaning, need you to do. Okay, now this is going to branch off. Again, different perspectives. Every situation is different. Sometimes, a lot of the times, probably, well, I'll say most for me, definitely not for everybody. Your only job is to be still. Your only job is to sit in that wave of emotions and let it pass. Like a flood, like you're sitting in the, you guys know the visionary things be popping up popping up in my head. Like picture yourself sitting in the middle of the ocean. I mean, like you can sit there, right? But the water's not covering you per se. I know that it makes no sense, but the water's not covering you. But you're literally sitting in the ocean, Indian style, and water is just flowing with the waves over your head. Let those emotions pass. But get back in alignment. So your only job is to be still. Wait on God. And let me just tell you something. When it comes to something like this, waiting on God is not sitting there and checking in with God. God, you did anything yet? You did anything yet? Did you did? No. You go on with your life. Because most times it happens when you're completely not even thinking about it anymore. You've moved on. You've healed from it. But you will hear about it. And when you hear about it, you're going to remember. Touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. Okay. Now, another way God can have you to move, right? And this is all, listen, this is why you have to be in alignment, because everybody's different, right? Every situation is different. I actually saw two of these very examples I'm talking about on TikTok last night. One guy was going, I wouldn't get into it, but one guy was going through some kind of legal battle with his sister. He was really broken because he said he loved his sister more than their mom. Like he really loved her. Something happened when it came down to business, and she literally betrayed him in a major way. You can see the brokenness in his soul. He's in his mid-50s. And he was just saying, everybody in the comment section was just telling him, oh, you need to do this. Take her to court. You need to go and break in her house and get this back, this, that, and the third. And he said, honestly, trust me, all those emotions came up. But I heard God clear as day. God says, don't you move. That is so hard. It is so hard when you have access to do certain things and God won't even let you do it. But I was proud of my brother, because you had some other, mainly brothers, in there telling him, no, you need to, you work hard for that, bust the windows, go get this, to that. He kept saying, God told me not to move. And of course, I had to comment and give my brother some support. I said, brother, if God told you don't move and keep your hands free, please, all caps, please do that. Please do that. But in a different scenario, God may have you to act. But here's the difference. He won't have you, never will he have you act where your hands is going to get dirty in the process, and it's some old grimy get back. No. Here's an example. Let's say somebody's going through a divorce. Let's just say. And this person all along, let's say it's a guy. I'm going to pick on my men really quickly. This person all along had another wife. What do you call it? Like when somebody got two wives and they don't even know about each other or whatever. Okay. But they found out about each other. The first wife is not a chosen one per se. And I'm not saying that, God won't get people back for hurting just non-chosen people. I'm not saying that. Just ride with me. The first wife is not a chosen person, but she's already going through the divorce, right? She's doing everything. So your hand's not even in it per se. She's already got everything started before she even found out about you. But boom, there's a hiccup financially where she can no longer continue to pay for lawyers to really, this person really did some old evil, mean, scamming, heartless type cruel stuff, and God really wants to deal with this person. You may have a conviction, don't put your hands nowhere in it, She didn't know about you. You didn't know about her. Really, both y'all innocent. Both of y'all already like concocted a whole demon. Support her financially and back up. You're not even in it. You go plant a seed because see, the seed of a chosen one is what's child. This thing is so deep. The seed you plant is what's going to activate what God needs. Please, whatever you do, never, ever hesitate planting a seed, let it be intentional, or planting a seed that God tells you to plant. Sometimes planting a seed will open. So that's just one example on how you may, all caps, this is why you got to make sure you're one-on-one with God, because he'll tell you how to move, not to move, when to move, what direction to move, like how he needs to shift this, that, and the third. This is what alignment is all about. God is strategic. So you planting that seed is going to accelerate certain things in the spiritual realm. And like I said earlier, think about it, right? These people or person who have wronged you, think about their track record. So when you plant that seed as a chosen one and it accelerates, you know what's going to happen? Everything that they got away with all this time, where everybody felt like, how did this person get away with all this, that, and the third? All these years, why is it that the good people never gets to come up and the wicked ones always come up, but they fall harder? Look at Puff. I'm going to use him as an example next. So when these evil people start to fall, the fall is going to be so hard and so impactful because it's revenge for every person they've ever crossed in their lifetime, not just you. Not just you. It's the fact that you are a chosen one, a handpicked vessel that they intentionally damage, harm. So the power that you carry as a chosen one accelerates certain processes. But that can't be done just in any time. It has to be done on God's timing. This is why we're currently in a season of a shift. This is why they couldn't be brought down off their high horses 3 years ago. Well, think about it. Let's go back to Puffy really quickly. Think about it. How long have Puff had the music industry on lock? How long have some of these head honchos had Hollywood on lock? So what? If all these stuff is coming out now, why didn't it come out 10 years ago? Why didn't it come out 4 years ago? Wasn't the time, wasn't the season. The shift is now. All right. So let's take when Puff first went to jail. Right? And I'm going to break this down to show you how it can look like the evil person is rising now. And you may think like they're moving up, but how I'm going to show you how, listen, these folks have no clue how God works. Okay, so Puff, for example, when Puff first went in his mind, his money and his power, his money and his evil power have always gotten things shifted, moved, in the world, right? So in his mind, when he went to prison, oh, my money and my evil powers is going to get me out of this thing. Oh, I'm going to get bond next month. First time he got bond, denied. Or applied for whatever, denied. When he went back to his cell, oh, no worry, me and my evil powers, I'll get the second round, denied. Third time, denied. In this season, your money or your wicked powers is null and void. There is nothing you can do in that demonic realm that you used to do that will work in this season. You done F around and found out. Major conviction. Lord, please. I didn't say the word. In that process, Puff, with all this money and evil power, everybody's leaving your side. You can't get people to leave a billionaire. You can't get folks to leave a billionaire. Oh, but where they at now? Where they at now? All of them done left you, and most of them turning on you. Them evil powers is the curse is being reversed. Now you can't even find these people throwing you under the bus. But now my money and my quote unquote power is about to get the most requested lawyer in history. Keep in mind, the money that you got was accumulated from the demonic realm. So you think God's going to let your money buy your way out some stuff? So boom. Oh, I got the best lawyer in town. He's going to get me bond. All right, let's try and see. Boom. Denied again. Back to yourself. And I'm not picking on Puffy. I'm just trying to make a point how these folks are going to get shut down. And guess what happened a couple of days ago? The world's most requested lawyer walked away from the case. The man threw his hands up and walked away from the case. He said, I can't do this. And I'm sure when that man read some of that stuff, and that man, listen, some people's soul cannot be bought. That man probably saw some of that wicked stuff, that evil, demonic stuff, and that man don't want his spirit attached to that. Money or no money, don't attach my spirit to that foolishness because I'm going to feel that wrath. So I better walk when God says walk. Because if you don't walk when God says walk, when that wrath hit them, you're going to be right there to get some of it. So that's Puff. What does that look like for them? Anything you do shall be null and void. If it's not the will of God, and we already know the will of God, well, we can't say the will of God is for them. Hopefully they turn their lives and get right with God. Who knows? But anything that you touch is null and void. In the name of Yeshua. Your powers that you used to have, that demonic powers, cease. Every door shall shut in your face. Your money, your wicked, evil, scheming ways has no power. No longer. God will start drying up people who would help you. You can't even find these folks, just like Puff. In fact, not only can't find these folks will start turning on you, just like Puff. Thank you, Lord. White feather just sitting here flying around in my face. The same way Puff kept getting shut down with his bond, access denied. The same way Puff lawyer walked away, everybody else will walk away. Access to nothing. My friends, keep your hands free. Don't worry about God's time frame. Go on and live your happy life. Don't ever give someone that kind of power over you where you can't get up and move on and go on and enjoy your life. Yes, take your time, grieve, do what you got to do, but you got to get back up. The enemy literally sent this person to wound you so bad in hopes that you would never recover. Understand the authority you walk in. Understand your power. Why do you think it is that we can speak things and it come into fruition? We have a power that will trample over every demonic force. Go on with your life. Here's what's going to happen. After it's all said and done, they're going to be so desperate. Matter of fact, one of my good sis said this. I think, who was it? Janice or Queen? I think it was Janice. Or one of you guys said how, I think it was your husband or ex-husband, and how like the light is no longer in them. Like they're dried up. Like they're like their spirit is dark. Listen. Look at a person when you were involved in their lives. Remember that glow? Remember like their spirit was always ignited. They felt hopeful. They felt like there was a glow in their spirit. But now that you've left, it's just dry. Like their spirit is dry. They look dry. The world done beat them up. Their spirit is low. Listen, when you deal with a chosen one, you're under our umbrella. When we leave, we take that with us. So now you're stuck with all these other demonic forces, these evil folks just like you. Where's your light? Where's the light you once had? Where's the light? I can't even see you. Where's the light? You look like a demon. Where is your light? And it's crazy that the same folks who do what they do are the same folks who say things like, well, I'm really going through a lot. God's going to bring me through. No, he's not. No, he's not. What? Make it make sense. Why would God bring you through for the evil you're doing? Make it make sense. I'm sure going through a lot. Well, of course you are. Of course you are. You crossed the chosen one. The shift is here. Your time is up. The best bet, if you want to have any hopes, go repent and get your life right with God, because we can't help you. When they try to return, my friends, and they will, access denied. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.